What's up, guys? Darcy here from L.O.S Strategy. Today we're going to take a look at how to make some fire cord or survival cord. We're going to be using some sort of flammable cordage. In this case, I'm going to be using some jute cord. Need some sort of wax, so I'm going to use one of these little tea lamps I found in one of our old pumpkins. Alright, stay tuned. Okay, so to get started, we're going to need 3 equal lengths of cord. About the length of our arm. Okay, we're going to tie a knot. Whatever kind of knot you want. I'm just going to go with the simple overhand knot here. Popping this one over. Okay. Just so I got some sort of anchor to keep it all in place. Now from here, I'm going to get to around the middle of the cords and I'm going to start to twist it. Okay? One side, one direction, other side, the other direction. Okay, I'm going to twist it until I get it to buckle into this loop. Alright, see this little loop here? That's really important. So I'm going to keep that pressure with that loop here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the top one. As you can see, there's a bottom one and a top one. I'm going to roll that top one as tight as I can and then over top of the bottom one. Same thing with the bottom one. It comes up to the top. I roll it as tight as I can, then over the bottom, pinch it tight. That way it's not coming loose after every time I roll it, okay? Next one, same thing. I roll, twist down, twist, roll down, repeat over and over again. Make sure to keep a lot of pressure on here. If you start to lose pressure, you're going to start to have some uneven bits in your cordage. You start to get uneven bits in your cordage, and well, you'll see. So, keeping that pressure continuous. Some of you guys that are wrestlers or into BJJ, think about keeping that pressure on your opponent. This is the exact same way. I'm keeping the pressure on this rope. Never is it changing. Alright, so it should start to look like this. Alright. Okay, so we got to our end here. Now I'm going to tie a little knot. Again, simple overhand. Just so this part of it doesn't come undone. Okay, doesn't have to be too tight, just secure. So now we got this chunk of cordage here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over. Okay, and again we want to roll with the grain. Okay, so we're not rolling against the grain here, we're rolling with it. So I'm twisting with the grain, making it tighter until we get that same little loop. Remember that loop we got before. Now, same as before, I'm going to pinch it tight. I'm going to roll this with the grain away from me, over top of the other one. Sorry, the other piece of string. I'm going to roll this again, over top, rolling, over top, rolling, over top. As you can see, it's starting to bite into itself really good here. It's getting quite a bit thicker. And as we go, we want to again making sure that this is constant pressure. At no point am I releasing pressure on each one of these ties. Keeping it pinned each time I twist. Twist. Again, seeing it's just biting into itself. This is precisely what we want. Alright, so now we've gotten to our end here. We're going to use this little excess. Again, tying a simple overhand. Just making sure this doesn't come undone. Once the wax is set and sealed, there's less chance of this all coming undone. The cordage kind of, again, bites into itself and is then held in place by the wax. Okay, so we've got a nice little knot here, good and secure. This is what it should look like. Excellent. Alright, so next part of this is we're going to get my torch out. I'm going to melt some wax. Really going to saturate the cordage here with a lot of wax. There's a few different ways of doing this. We're kind of doing it a cheating way, the assistance of the torch here. Basically, we want this wax to enter every part of the fiber and our survival cordage or fire cordage. So make sure it's totally saturated all the way through and through. Usually what I do is I give it one good coat, and then after that I let it dry, and then I hit it with the torch real quick just to make sure that all of the wax gets right into the interior of the fire cordage. Next step, after it's mostly dried, is I hit it with the torch or a lighter or whatever else I've got. Just a little bit, just to make sure that all the wax is melting right into the fibers, getting right down to the core of whatever the cordage is we're using. And then I'm just going to let that sit again and dry out, and then we'll make some fire. Alright, so now that we're done our little bit of survival cord, we're going to make quick fire with it. So first things first, we're going to shave off just the edge of it in small amounts. Try to make sure that's as clean of a cut as possible, as that'll keep the survival rope from coming undone. As you can see though, with that wax, it's pretty well held together. We're going to take our ferrocerium, kind of rip this up a little bit more. Just want to have as much surface space as possible for the spark to land. Okay, I'm going to put my ferrocerium in there, grind in some sparks. There we go, we got some fire. Now, you can't really tell, but there's a light drizzle right now. And even with the light drizzle, it's pretty easy to make this fire starter. And this is a great method for if you're in a survival situation in an urban environment and you can't seem to find anything else. Get looking through cupboards, get looking through garages, and you'll find bits of wax and you'll find bits of cordage. And with that, hopefully, you'll be able to make fire and keep yourself alive. Alright, you guys, take care.